Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
An episode of the Phillips H. Lord's production Gangbusters. This crime-fighting episode goes back to October 9th, 1948. This is the case of the Incorrigible Killer.
It's new, it's different, it's Tide. T-I-D-E, Tide. Now, Gangbusters, presented in cooperation with police and federal law enforcement departments throughout the United States. The only national program that brings you authentic police case histories.
Gangbusters is brought to you by Tide, Procter & Gamble's new Wash Day Wonder. The new sudsing miracle that gives you all this. The cleanest, brightest, whitest wash you ever hung on the line. That's Tide. T-I-D-E. Tide.
Gangbusters presents the case of the Incorrigible Killer, who broke out of prison, then broke back in, only to find that when the brakes run out, the penalty is death.
Here with us in the studio tonight is the Honorable Paul V. McNutt, former High Commissioner of the Philippines and Vice President of the National Probation and Parole Association, who will be heard at the end of the program, drawing from tonight's case conclusions of vital importance. Gangbusters has asked Chief of Police L.R. Greason of Reno, Nevada, to narrate by proxy tonight's case. Now, Chief Greason, you've told me that the killer in tonight's case was probably the most extraordinary in your experience.
Well, that's absolutely right, Don Gardner. I've been a police officer 15 years, and I've talked with hundreds of men and women who are guilty of crimes ranging from chicken theft to murder. But this man, well, you'll see what he was like. Suppose we begin exactly a year ago on a cold, dreary Sunday morning in the city of Tacoma, Washington. In the vestibule of a small church not far from Tacoma's business section, a young man with piercing brown eyes and thin lips stood watching the congregation file out at the completion of services. It was evident that he was looking for a particular worshiper, and after a few minutes, he saw him.
Hello, Rick.
What?
Where you going?
Dave,
What were you praying for, me?
this is the surprise of my life, Dave.
Is it? Let's go over there out of the crowd.
Look, Dave, I got some people waiting at home.
Come on, kid.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a surprise of your life, huh, Rick?
Yeah, I thought they gave you 5 years.
Wasn't there nothing in the papers about my breaking out?
No, I didn't see anything.
Guess I'll have to speak to my press agent.
Honest, Dave, I gotta be going.
What are you worried about, Rick? Look, if you're worried because you think I know you shut your mouth off when the cops picked you up, forget it. I know you were on a spot.
I couldn't help it, Dave,
When I
honest.
say forget it, every guy's got to save his own skin. I only got 5 years out of it. What's 5 years? They put you on probation, I hear. Is that why you go to church? You want to make an impression?
Yeah, I want to make an impression.
You're a smart boy, Rick. You mean there wasn't a thing in the papers about my busting out?
No.
Oh, at least they should have told you, Rick. After all, they might have figured I'd be out to get you, since it's on account of you I was in.
I told you I couldn't help it, Dave.
You know I'm not the kind to carry grudges, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, Dave. Well,
what's your hurry? I waited a long time for you, Rick. We can have a few words for old time's sake, can't we?
I told you I got some people waiting.
You know something, Rick? I've been a lot of places since I broke out. Salt Lake, Butte, Seattle, Denver. Did all right, too.
Did you?
Well, I got about $4,000 in my pocket right now. You figure it out. Now, I'm planning another tour. How'd you like to come along with me?
Look, Dave, I got a good job now.
And you go to church every Sunday.
Was there anything wrong in that? I got a break and I want to stay out of trouble.
I got a break, too, didn't I? 5 years.
Look, Dave.
I've been working alone. I gotta have an outfit. You sure you ain't interested, Rick?
To be honest, Dave, no.
Well, there's nothing I like more than an honest guy. Okay, I'll get my outfit. There's a couple of guys back there. When I broke out, I promised them I'd come back for them.
You're kidding.
Well, I broke out of the place. I can break back in to get them, can't I?
Yeah. If you want, I guess so.
I'd much rather have you, Rick.
I'm sorry, Dave. I told you I got people waiting.
Okay. Come on, we'll walk out together. Pal. What do you say we meet someplace later, after you get rid of your people?
Why?
Talk over old times, so I can get the news. After all, I've been away a while.
Okay, Dave. Wherever you say.
How about the hut? Is 2 o'clock okay?
All right. I guess I can make it.
Sure you can make it. If I let you, you'd have had at least 40 cops there for company.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean, rat.
I don't know.
I hope you said good prayers in there.
Dave, don't shoot me, please. Don't.
Oh. Rat.
Well done. Tacoma police had no difficulty fixing the guilt in that shooting. But the escaped convict, David Blackwell, was not to be found. One midnight, less than a week later, 2 trustees were on all-night duty in the prison power plant of the Monroe Reformatory, from which David Blackwell had escaped. Then the lone guard left them to go to the power plant office. One approached the other for a chat covered by the hum of a large generator.
Blake. Yeah. Is it clear?
Yeah. Come on, behind the dynamo.
You know, we gotta watch our step, Blake. That guard'll be back any second.
Relax, will you? It's got a half an hour of paperwork out there.
Well, look, what's on your mind?
Listen, if you want to crack out with me, let's get started figuring the way. Else I'll look for somebody else.
Well, didn't Dave say he was coming back for us?
Forget Dave, will you?
Well, he said he was coming back to get us out, didn't he? Promise.
That was just so much mouthwash. He's out. So you want to mess around this joint for so they can nail him, stick him back in?
But he swore up and down.
Sure. Before he made it. If you got out, nobody'd find you closer than 100 miles to this place.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So if we're going to make it, we got to figure our own way. Can't depend on Dave or anybody else. We got...
What's that?
I know, you got me. Came from there.
The guard. Maybe it's the guard.
Don't be a dope. It's there, behind the switchboard. Come on.
Hey, listen. That officer could... Dave.
Who'd you think it was?
How did you get back in here?
Same way I'm going to get you out.
Tonight?
Sure, tonight. What do you think I'm going to do? Go knock on the warden's door and ask him for a place to sleep?
How do we do it?
I came over the wall with a rope and a grappling hook. We get back over the same way.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
They got guards on the wall, machine guns.
It didn't bother me coming in to get you.
Yeah, but look, Dave.
Do you want to come or don't you? Make up your mind in a hurry. I don't want to take up residence here again.
Well, if you think it's okay, Dave.
Sure, it's okay.
All right, come on. Let's go. Before that guard gets back in here.
There's one thing, Blake.
Yeah? What?
This ain't out of the goodness of my heart, you know.
We got no dough, you know it.
I don't want dough. I just want you guys to stick with me.
Oh, sure, Dave, I'll stick with you.
It's not going to be any joyride, you know. I got some heavy things in mind and a lot of hard traveling. Well, Blake?
All right, that suits me.
Then come on. Open up and take a look around.
No, I don't see anybody.
Okay, head for the wall, right at the drinking fountain. That's where I got the hook and rope. Go on. Flat against the wall.
Hey, there's a guard in that tower. Watch it.
Stay flat against the wall and get the hook. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, I got it. Now listen to me. There's 3 of us. We can only make it one at a time. Go up fast and quiet.
All right, go on. Throw that hook up.
I hope it catches.
It will, don't worry. Here goes.
It's over.
I might pull it tight.
Easy, Dave, easy.
I think it's okay. Watch us, didn't catch. Oh. Fight against the wall, stay there.
Try it again, Dave.
That thing might never hold.
It got me inside, didn't it? It'll get us out. I'll take another shot at it. Here goes.
Now pull it tight.
Looks like it's gonna be okay.
It's holding.
Okay, Arnie, up you go. Lay flat on top of the wall.
Yeah. Make it snappy.
He's up.
Okay, Blake, you're next.
I don't need to be coaxed.
All right.
Hurry. Hurry up.
Come on, Arnie. Give me a hand.
Yeah. Grab hold.
Yeah.
Oh, we're making enough noise here to turn
Shut up,
it on.
will you? Shut up. Come on up, Dave.
Yeah.
Move over. And stay down.
Car's parked right over there through the brush. We'll let the rope down the other side.
Uh-oh.
Stay down.
The floodlights.
Hurry with the rope, will you?
Forget the rope. It's only about 15 feet. Hang down and let yourself drop.
I can't jump that.
Hang down like this. Let yourself drop.
All right, watch out. Here I come.
Come on, Arnie, come on.
Hey, listen, I can't.
Come on.
Yep. Okay.
Are you okay?
My leg.
You can make it to the car. Let's go.
Oh.
Come on, hurry. But why Reno, Dave? Tell me. Reno's over 1,000 miles. There ought to be someplace closer we can light.
I say it's Reno, and that's final.
Well, after all, Blake, he got us out, didn't he? If Dave wants Reno, I say okay. Any place he wants.
Well, I just want to know what he's got in mind.
I got plenty in mind. Only the first thing is for you two to get rid of those monkey suits.
Yeah, that would help.
Well, we ought to be over the line into Oregon by the time the store's open. I'll buy you some clothes there.
And what about guns?
I got a couple for you in the trunk.
No kidding, Dave. Hey, this is sure Whitey, you everything.
Don't worry about it, kid. You'll pay me back. With interest.
So, Don, the criminal David Blackwell broke back into prison and delivered 2 of his prison mates from Monroe Reformatory in the state of Washington. The 3 of them headed immediately for Reno, Nevada, where they planned to spin the wheels of chance with their lives in the balance. They placed their bets, and the wheels stopped on red. Blood red.
October 9th, 1948, Gangbusters on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medishare right now. Medishare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly health care costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. Medishare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medishare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
On Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of Gangbusters, October 9th, 1948.
You were telling us, Chief Greason, that 3 escaped convicts led by David Blackwell headed for Reno, Nevada, where Blackwell promised them a spree of robbery and plunder.
Oh, that's right, Don. And the afternoon following their arrival, the 3 criminals were sitting around a table at a bar on Center Street. Their conversation covered by the music from a jukebox and the gaiety of the resort town crowd.
What is your rush, Dave? We drove 1,000 miles. I've been cooped up 2 years. Reno ain't such a big place, you know. I want to enjoy it a little before we get red hot here.
Ah, Blake. You didn't come to enjoy the sights, Blake. I can't keep dishing out dough to the two of you. You gotta earn some.
Well, give me a chance to get my bearings. How about it, Arnie? Don't you think we ought to do a little relaxing first?
Well, I'd like to, but Davis got a point. After all, he came and fetched us. We ought to do what he wants.
Look, do you think because he came after us I'm going to bow and scrape all my life? If you do, think again.
Nobody's asking you to bow and scrape all your life, but we're going to get that job done this afternoon.
Come on, Blake, be reasonable, will you?
Okay, have it your way, Dave.
That's the only way I will have it.
Well, what is it you got in mind, Dave?
There's a saloon down the street. Charlie's, it's called.
What's in a saloon? You want whiskey, buy it.
Keep your mouth shut and listen.
Yeah, Blake, cooperate a little, huh?
Okay, let's have it.
It ought to be a cinch. We use the new car. You stay behind the wheel, Blake. I'll go inside first, and I'll play the slot machine.
What about me?
A minute or so later, you walk in, Arnie. You go to the far end of the bar by the piano player. I'll walk up to the barkeep and ask him for more change. When he opens the register, pull out your heater. Okay?
And if I didn't like it, so what?
It's okay with me, Dave.
All right, let's finish up our drinks. Then we'll hit Charlie for a touch.
Captain Geach.
Sergeant Glass, Captain. You know that Buick with the Washington plates we found parked on Sierra Street?
Yes, what about it?
The Washington State Police just answered our wire. It was stolen in Seattle last Sunday.
Oh?
Well, that's not all, Captain. They add the car, maybe the one that was driven by some escaped convicts. Broke out of Monroe Reformatory up there night before last.
Have there been any cars reported stolen here in Reno since we found that Buick?
No, Captain. Nothing's been reported.
And there's a good chance those guys may still be in town.
The Washington police sent along pretty good descriptions of them.
Okay, Al. You get a hold of Cowan and Reed. Between the three of you, check all the hotels. See if you can turn them up.
Yes, sir, Captain. Right away.
Hey, barkeep.
Right with you, buddy. What'll it be, buddy?
Give me some more quarters for this.
I give you a tip about that slot machine, buddy. That's for the house.
Give me the quarters.
Okay, but don't say I didn't...
Okay, everybody, get him up.
Hey.
He said get him up.
Okay, take it easy.
Tell that piano player we want music.
Go on, play the piano. All of you, don't move.
Get what's in the till, pal.
Right.
And none of you move.
Hey, boss, it's loaded with dough.
All right, grab it and let's get moving.
It's 2 big bags of silver.
Okay, throw one on the bar. I'll carry it. Stay still there, mister. You're asking for trouble.
Here you are, boss.
Okay. Let's go out the back.
Yeah.
Come on, make it snappy. Go check the back door.
Right.
Now, listen, all of you. Stay still 5 minutes. Don't move. And you, keep that piano going.
Come on, boss.
Right with you.
Captain,
Yes, Al?
a stick up Charlie's Cocktail Lounge in South Virginia Street.
Oh?
2 guys inside and apparently a third in the car. They got nearly $2,000 in cash. Nobody saw the car.
You think those are the same ones who abandoned that stolen Buick? The Washington escapees?
Well, the second man in the deal answers the descriptions, but the one giving the orders was a 6-footer. Then they apparently had a third one waiting in the car. We only got a report on 2 escapees.
There was a Chrysler reported stolen a little while ago.
Oh, yes, Captain, I heard about that. Nobody in the neighborhood remembers seeing a Chrysler pull away.
All right, let's go on the basis that it is these Washington fellows. And get busy on that hotel check. If these boys haven't flown out of town already.
Who is it?
What do you think it is? Open up.
It's Dave. Okay, Dave, just a second. Come in.
Well, I've been nosing around town a little. Hello, Blake.
Hi.
Did that little job cause much talk?
Sure it caused talk. And we're hotter than beer at noon.
Do you think so, Dave?
We're not hot.
Oh, no? This is the biggest little city in the world, but it's still little. I say we ought to pick up another car and get out of town as fast as we can.
We'll get out of town, all right. We'll get out of town after we knock over one more joint.
Are you kidding?
Would I be saying it if I was kidding?
What are you trying to do, get us nabbed? We should have been on our way as soon as we knocked over that saloon. We had no business staying holed up in this hotel.
Have you said your piece, Blake?
Blake, you shouldn't fly off like that.
Well, this is stupid. When I don't like something, I speak out.
It's a good idea. Always speak out. I always want to know what's on your mind. But we take the other joint.
Now, listen.
Blake, cut it out, will you? Didn't he crash us out? Didn't he risk his neck to do it? We ought to listen to him.
Okay, I'll listen. But because I listen, it don't mean I'll do.
If we pulled another deal, they couldn't want us any worse than they want us now, could they?
We ought to be on our way. Cops catch up with us, I'll have time in Nevada plus time in Washington. Why invite trouble?
If a cop catches up with me, only one of us is going to walk away from it.
No.
Hey, what are you talking about? Cops catching up with us? I don't even want to think about it.
This new deal is more of a cinch than the last one.
Yeah, they're all a cinch. Till you get nailed.
And we kiss Reno goodbye tomorrow morning.
I got your word for that?
Didn't he tell you?
You got my word.
Okay, what's it all about?
There's a place on East 4th Street, the U.S. Highway 40 Tavern, they call it.
Yeah, I remember seeing the place when we drove in.
The cash paychecks are loaded with cash. We'll take them at midnight.
All right, Dave, you got a deal.
Okay, we'll make the touch.
And blow Reno in the morning.
Yeah, and blow Reno in the morning.
Captain Geach.
Hello, Captain. Sergeant Glass reporting.
Glad you called, Al. The Highway 40 Tavern was just stuck up with the same guys. Now, I
Captain,
want you to get...
when did it happen?
October 9th, 1948, Gangbusters. The conclusion, along with another episode of Claudia, follows these important messages on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Gangbusters, the case of the Incorrigible Killer, October 9th, 1948.
Well, about 20 minutes ago. Why?
I'm calling from the lobby of the Carlton Hotel. There's 3 guys checked in here. 2 of them answer the descriptions.
Were they in their room during the last hour or so?
No, Captain. They just walked in the lobby a minute ago and went upstairs right before I called you. They were in a hurry.
They could be the ones, huh, Al?
I'd give odds they are.
What's the setup there?
They've got a 2-room suite on the 3rd floor, and there's only one door to the suite that's far enough away from a fire escape.
Okay. You stick around the lobby there. I'll bring Cowan and Reed over, and we'll give you a hand. If they try to leave the hotel in the meantime, pick up all 3 of them.
And if they don't?
We'll give them a chance to get asleep. Then we'll wake them out of their slumber.
Arnie.
Yeah. What do you want, Blake?
A couple of words with you, that's all.
Oh, can't wait until morning. I gotta hit the sack. You know, Dave has got the right idea. Get plenty of sleep. That's what I'm going to do, too. And then I'm going to
Sit still a minute, will you?
Oh, what is it?
Now, look. I got a sneaking hunch Dave wants to pull a 3rd job here in Reno.
Oh, now, you know that ain't so, Blake. He promised we'd pull out tomorrow the first thing.
Yeah. He promised. But something tells me he's got other ideas.
Well, if that's the way he wants it, I ain't been doing so bad, stringing along with Dave. Well, good night, Blake.
Sit still a minute.
Hey, look, I'm asleep on my feet, Blake. What do you want?
If he says another job here, you're with me. We pull away from him.
Pull away from him?
That's what I said.
Yeah, but he knows what he's doing.
Maybe, but he don't know when to stop. I did enough time. I'm not risking doing any more.
Blake, you gotta have... Hey, who's that?
Get it down.
Cops. You don't think it's cops? Maybe we ought to wait, Dave.
Forget Dave. Get your gun out, get behind the door.
Yeah, but if it's cops...
If it's cops, Dave can't help us. Now, come on.
Listen, Blake. Dave, shut up.
Yeah? What do you want?
We're police officers. Open up. Open up.
Okay. What's the idea, mister? We got
I'll tell you what the idea is.
Watch it, Captain. There's one behind the door.
Come on, men.
Hey, look out!
Come here, you.
Let go of me. Shoot, Arnie.
This one will hold you.
He's out.
All right, mister. Talk and talk fast. Where's the other one?
What other one?
Come on, where is he?
Okay, he's in there asleep.
You're sure he's asleep?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, we'll see. Where's the light switch in there?
It's right inside the door, on the right.
Cowan, Reed, watch these 2.
Gotcha, Captain.
Glass, let's go.
Right with you.
Okay, you open the door. I'll reach in for the light.
Yep.
Sound asleep. Come on over to bed. Let's pull back the covers.
Watch him, Captain. He's not asleep.
You said I'm not. Oh! That ought to hold you 2 for a while.
Is everything okay?
No, it ain't okay. Here's one for you.
Why, you...
Now settle down.
Take it easy, copper. I'm through. I'm hurt bad.
You said it, you're through. Reed, get an ambulance. Get 2 of them.
And that, Don, was the disastrous ending to this case. 2 heroic Reno police officers, Captain Leroy Geach and Detective Sergeant Alan A. Glass, were shot and killed by this desperate criminal, David Blackwell. Blackwell himself was shot, but he recovered from his wounds and went on trial on first-degree murder charges a few months ago. He was convicted and sentenced to death in the Nevada gas chamber. The other criminals, Arnold J. Thomason and James Blake, received maximum terms of 50 years each in the Nevada State Penitentiary.
Well, thank you, Chief Greason, for telling us this case history. And now Gangbusters is privileged to present the Honorable Paul V. McNutt, former High Commissioner of the Philippines and Governor of Indiana, speaking as Vice President of the National Probation and Parole Association. The Honorable Paul V. McNutt.
We have heard a dramatic story, a tragic story. In one form or another, it is a story all too common in America today. What can we do about it? Law enforcement? Yes. Efficient police work is essential to protect you and me and all of us. But we must do more than catch criminals and send them up. We must prevent crime. We must do everything possible to reclaim young offenders before they become criminals. Firm guidance from understanding judges and probation officers and from parole officers in cases involving parole can help to avoid lives of crime and tragedy. Trained men and women, such as the members of the Western Probation and Parole Conference who have heard the program in Phoenix tonight, are needed in every court dealing with young and first offenders. To provide such guidance, to assist those skilled and sincere workers with beginners in delinquency, the National Probation and Parole Association is working today through its offices from coast to coast with trained specialists in the field of crime prevention. It is a non-profit organization supported entirely by voluntary contributions, and its services are available to your community. It's ready to help you and your courts and probation officers, the agencies in your town, and in turn, it needs your help and support to carry on its great work. If your community needs help in these matters, or if you can help the association in its program, get in touch with it. The National Probation and Parole Association, with offices in San Francisco, Chicago, and New York. Here is its platform: effective treatment of delinquency and prevention of crime throughout America. In short, protection for you and a square deal for youngsters in trouble.
Thank you, Paul V. McNutt, for this message of vital importance.
Next week, the case of the war bride bandit who used the tactics of the wartime underground to rob her victims, but who found that in peace as well as in war, the loser's penalty is sure.
Next week, same time, same station, the case of the war bride bandit on Gangbusters. Tonight's case was dramatized by Stanley Ness, directed by William Sweets, with Ken Lynch and John Larkin in leading roles. Don Gardner speaking. Gangbusters is a Phillips H. Lord production.
October 9th, 1948, Gangbusters on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, here's an episode of Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police, October 9th, 1939.
Gibson of the International Secret Police.
Ceiling zero, ceiling zero, ceiling zero, ceiling zero, ceiling zero.
Speed and Clint in Hong Kong about to raid the Siong Tunnel, which the Octopus planted with dynamite charges, and with Barney Dunlap 200 miles up the Siong with Bob Gilmore in quest of Marcia Winfield, the criminal is more than pleased. Now that the members of the secret police are separated, he believes that he will be better able to destroy them and makes plans accordingly. First, giving Splinters, the renegade aviator, orders to fly Marcia into Tibet. Meanwhile, Barney and Bob are flying to where Bob glimpsed the girl.
We ought to be near that house, Bob. Don't take long to fly over 30 miles in this plane.
It's up there ahead, Barney. See that shack standing by itself?
That place? You mean to say they stuck Marcia away in a rat trap like that?
Yep.
Once we've got her safe, I've got a notion to bomb the joint. Only I ain't got a bomb.
I just hope she's still there. I don't see any sign of that other plane.
You wouldn't. He's had enough time to either fly back to the Octopus in case we scared him off, or to fly away with Marcia to another hideout.
Now what?
I'm going to drag the field, low and slow. Want to see what sort of landing feel I've got, if any. And also take a squint at the people that live in that house, if they're still there.
You don't sound very hopeful of finding Marcia, Barney.
Bob, I got all the hope in the world. But with that Splinters guy knocking you out like he did, and grounding me until I was sure you were still alive and kicking, we gave him enough time to fly to Africa and back. He's got a yellow streak, though, and that's what I'm banking on. That we scared him off so's he'd hightail back to Hong Kong. Is your safety belt still fastened?
Yep.
Well, watch it, because I'm going to land now. Pretty level spot, but we'll hit a few bumps, so hold tight.
Okay.
There. Now we'll taxi over to that shack and give it a look-see. Might keep your gun handy, Bob.
Don't worry. I had it ready before you landed.
I'll get as near to the place as I can so we'll have the protection of the plane in case they start using us for target practice.
Funny, I don't see a sign of life around the place.
I don't either. But that's no sign there ain't none. Well, here we are. Climb out, Bob. But keep under cover until we know just what kind of reception we're going to get. I'll switch on this radio telephone, too. So's it'll be hot if we want to use it.
What now?
I'm going in. You cover me while I kick the door open.
Let me go in first, Barney.
Nope. I'm the advanced man of this outfit. Keep me covered.
Okay.
Put him up. Huh. Nobody here that I can see.
Well, then I'm coming in.
No. Hold on a little longer, Bob. They may be waiting to trap us. I'll take a look around inside.
Have you found anything yet, Barney?
Nope. Say, Bob, are you sure this is the house you spotted Marcia in?
Why, yes, Barney. Can't you find any trace of her in there?
Not only no trace of Marcia, but no trace of anybody. Place looks like it ain't been lived in for months.
Well, that's impossible. I saw Marcia come out of this house.
Oh, I ain't doubting your word, but it just shows you how smart that Octopus guy is.
You mean we've lost Marcia again?
I'm afraid so. And the Octopus gang has covered up their tracks here so they'd be leaving no clues as to where Splinters was taking her. No, Bob, I'm afraid we've drawn a blank. Now, let me at that shortwave set.
Are you going to contact Clint?
If I can. No need to keep our movement secret now. The Octopus knows darn well that we was too late to rescue Marcia. Let's see. Clint's probably at Dr. Kingsley's, unless he's already left for the Siang dock. I'll try to get him at Kingsley's, though.
You know the doctor's new call letters and wavelength, huh?
Yeah. Flight station OC-34 calling IS-78. OC-34 calling IS-78. Standing by. Come in for a two-way conversation, please. And if you're listening in, Octopus, I hope your ears burn.
It's terrible we were so near Marcia and yet failed to free her.
Yeah, but don't let it get you down, Bob. Only way we can win is to keep on trying. In this game of cops and robbers, it all boils down to who wears out first. And let me tell you, fella, it won't be the secret police. OC-34 calling IS-78. Come in, please.
IS-78 replying to OC-34. IS-78 replying to OC-34. Standing by for a two-way.
Hello, Dr. Kingsley?
Barney?
Yeah. Is Clint there?
No. Have you found Marcia?
Nope. We missed her.
What?
Yeah. It's a long story. I'll tell you when I see her. Where's Clint?
Well, he and the others went on that business they had to attend to. They didn't go alone.
Oh, I get it. Well, listen, Doc. Stand by, just in case I want to talk to you again. But the way it looks now, I think I'll fly back to Hong Kong. Get that?
Yes.
And I'm going to bring Bob Gilmore with me. He's in the mess too deep now to be living alone 200 miles up the Siang River.
Very well. I'll tell Clint in case he should return before you do.
Okay, thanks. OC-34 signing off. Well, that's that. Maybe if we fly fast, we'll get in on the fun after all.
What do you mean?
At the Siang Dock, Speed, Clint, Li Ying, and a whole mess of Hong Kong police are going to raid the joint today.
Quan Wu.
Yes, master.
I have had word that Speed Gibson and Clint Barlow have arrived at the waterfront. Soon they will penetrate the Siang Tunnel. That is why I have brought you here to the observation room, so that we may watch them work toward their doom.
Very ingenious. These telescopic mirrors you have arranged between this observation room and the tunnel. It makes it appear as if we were actually in the tunnel with our enemies.
You should know by now, Quan Wu, that if I had not attended to every possible detail in my underground headquarters, I would have been discovered long ago.
And it is to be hoped that none of the passages leading to it will be discovered now, master. It would be most unfortunate should we have to leave Hong Kong.
We shall not have to leave. To make doubly sure that the secret police will open the secret rock door that will set off the dynamite charge, I have ordered that it be left slightly open. This will give our clever police the grip that they need to open it fully and seal their doom.
Look, master. Speed Gibson and Clint Barlow are entering the Siang Tunnel now.
That is Li Ying with them?
Yes.
Ah, good. Our net shall catch many big fish this time. See, the Hong Kong police are following them in. When the dynamite is discharged, the whole Siang Tunnel will bury them.
But the streets above, will they be affected?
No. I took precautions as to that. Those above the ground will hear a dull explosion, that is all.
But those beneath the ground will hear and feel far more. Oh?
Exactly. And all we have to do here is to wait and watch. It is a moment that I will enjoy when that dynamite blast removes Clint Barlow from my path.
Are you coming along all right, Speed?
Yeah, Clint. I'm staying close to Li Ying like you said I should.
I never should have let you talk me into bringing you along.
I promised I'd obey your orders to the letter.
That's the only reason that you did come along. Are the police following close behind Ying?
Yes, Clint. You need have no fear of a surprise attack from the Octopus band. Not only is this tunnel well guarded by our men, but the whole waterfront and the Siang neighborhood is picketed.
I know, and still I have an uneasy feeling that all is not as well as it appears.
What do you mean, Clint?
Somehow the whole thing has been too easy. Now, we're sure that a passage leading from this tunnel will take us directly to the headquarters of the Octopus, the heart of his whole organization. And yet there's been no attempt to prevent us from entering. I tell you, it's been too easy.
Maybe he doesn't know anything about this raid.
Oh, yes, he does. There's no use kidding ourselves if he doesn't, Speed. For all we know, the Octopus may be watching every move we make.
There may be an explanation to your concern over his non-interference, Clint. Perhaps the Octopus has left Hong Kong.
Oh, gee, do you think so?
No, I don't, Speed. He would have had to pass one of our many outposts. We would have had some word of his going.
Not necessarily, Clint. Remember all that has happened within the last few hours. Our forces have been scattered. Even Barney is miles away.
Yeah. Golly, I wish I knew what he was doing. If he found Miss Marcia yet...
No, wait just a minute. Before we get started off on another tangent, let's remember what we've come here for. We have to keep our minds on the job at hand, Speed. Otherwise, we might overlook some small but important detail. And it seems to me we should be near that rock pretty soon.
Yeah. It isn't far from the Seong Dock entrance.
And this tunnel is a gloomy spot. I'd rather imagine that you were not the first victims in the octopus imprisoned in here, Clint.
Probably not. But if I have anything to do with it, we'll be the last.
Hey, there's the rock ahead. See it? Right in the beam of my flashlight.
Yes. Oh, quiet. Quiet, everyone. Now, I advise you all to hold your tear gas bombs ready. We don't know what's awaiting in this new passageway once we gain entrance. And I believe the use of tear gas will do away with unnecessary gunplay. And you, Speed, I want you to stay out of it entirely, do you hear? You're not to go into the secret rock passage.
All right, Clint. You say so.
I do say so. Oh, here we are now. Bring your lights closer, men, so we can inspect this rock carefully.
I'll shove it a little from this side like I did when I hit it in the dark. Maybe I'll strike that same spring again.
I doubt if you could, Speed. Such a coincidence does not often happen twice.
I know, but... Hey!
What?
Look, Clint. This rock door is partly opened. Open it up so we can get a lever in it and open it all the way. Maybe we can even do it with our hands.
Oh, wait a minute, Speed. Let me play my light over it.
See? You can just get a look in at the passage.
You're right. This is the passage, Ying.
Then it will not be long before we have the octopus in our grasp. Men, bring the lever and pickaxes.
Maybe I can force it open with my hands.
No, Speed. Don't touch that rock.
What?
No, I mean it. Don't touch it, do you hear? Don't touch it.
October 9th, 1937, Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit my webpage, classicradio.stream, so you can hear our shows on demand and learn more about building a classic radio collection of your own. Thank this station, support the advertisers, tell your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station.